Hi, my name is Dane Boynton, and today I'm going to give you a demonstration of the Million Women Mentors online portal. Before I begin, I do want to put my thanks out to Tata Consultancy Services, who's been our technology partner on this project and has made this portal possible. So, the Million Women Mentors portal is designed to be a central location for information about our movement, the Million Women Mentors movement. And through this portal, we can help mentors and mentor organizations connect with organizations that actually do the mentoring with the girls and women in STEM careers. And through this portal, we also want to record and amplify mentoring that is taking place nationwide regarding women in STEM careers. Now, and for this presentation, I'm assuming you are already familiar with the purpose and basic movement of Million Women Mentors. This presentation is going to focus on the portal itself and how to register your organization or yourself as an individual wanting to mentor an organization that wants to provide mentors or an organization that has mentees that need to be mentored. So the strategy for our website is to connect mentors with girl and young women serving organizations. The purpose for this is by connecting to these organizations is this provides a safe way for the mentors to work with the mentees. So in the Million Women Mentors movement, many of our mentees are younger women, so maybe middle school, high school, or college age women looking to get into STEM careers. And so one of the things we don't want to do in our portal, because we're trying to engage a lot of different organizations and individuals in the overall STEM mentoring movement for women, but we don't want to simply give out a young woman's, a young girl's email address and phone number and say, here, go connect with this young woman. So what we're doing instead is working with many different organizations that provide safe ways for mentors to work with these mentees. And so what we're doing with organizations is we're connecting those to these organizations that have the ability to host the mentoring in a responsible way. And that could be various methods, as we're going to see in a few minutes. We also allow you to report the results of any mentoring that you happen to be working on. So it doesn't have to be something that started through our website. It can be something you did on your own. It may be something you're doing with a neighbor or with your local schools or something like that. And we want to get that information also because we're trying to aggregate that information. So when we go to Washington or we go to various state leaders in the various states and talk about the mentoring that's going on, we want to be able to represent all the mentoring that's going on and just sort of elevate that conversation about the importance of women in STEM and STEM careers. But we also do provide a method for allowing you to do your own accountability against goals. So you can set goals or what we call pledges for mentoring. And through your own reporting, you can sort of provide some accountability against your own goals. Now, we're not an enforcement organization, so we're not going to come back to you and say, hey, you haven't met your goal. That's not what we're about. It's about encouraging more mentoring to happen. So we encourage you to set some goals and to be part of our system in that way and use our system if that's helpful for you to aggregate information amongst the people in your own organization through reports that you can then use to provide that accountability to your own organization. So through our portal, we connect organizations such as those on the left, organizations that are performing mentoring or have employees that want to mentor, with organizations such as those on the right, that may be Girl Scouts or Girls Inc. or First Robotics or YWCAs. And these are organizations that have mentees and need volunteer mentors. And there's many others, so it may be local schools or local organizations also. So we encourage you to work with your local organizations if they're not already in there to get them to register also so that we can provide links to those organizations as well. And we're going to take a look at our website, but this is what our portal looks like at www.millionwomenmentors.com. And you'll notice at the top that our original goal was to achieve 1 million pledges to mentor. We're already at 1.8 million and counting, and over 800,000 completed mentorings amongst the people who partnered with us and worked with us on this movement. So we're really moving forward now and going towards 2 or 3 million mentors and helping to move this movement forward in terms of providing mentoring for girls and young women in STEM careers. Now, who uses our portal? Basically, there are 4 types of accounts in the portal, and we'll see how you actually set these accounts up. Individuals who come to our website are looking to be a mentor. They want to find an opportunity to mentor, or maybe they're using our website to track their own progress of their mentees, you can do that as well. And so individuals may be people who've come individually to our website, or they may be employees of companies that are using our website to track their own mentoring programs. So the companies, the second type, are organizations that are looking to manage their employee mentoring programs. So our portal is useful for that because you can see that your employees can sign up as individuals, but individuals that are linked to your account. And then when they enter their data on their mentoring program, their mentoring, it will come back to the company level reports that you as an organization can then use to track the mentoring going on through all of your employees and offices in your organization. The third type is the girl serving organizations. These are the nonprofits and other groups that are looking to attract volunteer mentors and basically also to register their information on our portal. So we encourage them to do that. The fourth type of account is our state or regional organizers, and these are people who are leading our state committees. So those are set up through our state committees, but the purpose of those accounts is then they can track the progress on mentoring going on in their own state. So they can track how much mentoring is occurring with women in STEM careers in their state and be able to contact you also if there's regional or state opportunities that you should know about. What we're doing now with our website, and we're going to take a look at this again, but once you actually create an account, we focus on the idea of managing mentoring relationships. So when you get an account, you can establish your own mentoring relationship. You can connect with another organization through our account. And what we help you to do is manage that, keep track of your mentoring, and report the results of your mentoring as it progresses. And so that's how we use and how we collect our data on mentoring nationwide. And it's not only any mentoring you do through connections you make through our website, but it can be any mentoring you do anywhere, as we mentioned earlier. This is what we call our Be Counted campaign. And so once you have an account, you can click on the button to add a new mentoring relationship, and you can enter data on any mentoring that you're doing. It may be friends, it may be relatives, it may be people in your local community, but you can give us that data, and we're going to take a look at how you do that. Now, many times people who want to look at this presentation are concerned with setting up a mentoring program for their company or other organization, where you're trying to get your employees to volunteer as mentors. And this is a very common thing, and one way that we collect our data. So what you can do in our portal is you actually can create hierarchical relationships. So what you do with this is you would create one master company account. And this might be for your company, your nationwide company. You would create your company account. Underneath that then, and we're going to see how you can have individual employees or regional offices sign up as an affiliate of your national account. So when the individual employees or regional offices or even their employees report the results of the mentoring, that results will funnel up to your master account and the reports on your master account. And the links to the girl serving organizations on the right can occur at any level. So maybe your company overall account has a relationship, or maybe individual employees or have a relationship. So these links or connections or data reporting can happen at any level in this organization or in this hierarchy of accounts. Now there's a couple of different ways, or really there's extremes of a continuum of how you might use this program or how you might use our portal. And it's not that this is one or the other, but it could be a blend of these. So one way you might do what we call a corporate mentoring program is if you already have a well-established mentoring program in your organization. And in this case, this would be something where you're already creating mentoring opportunities for your employees. So it may be like an Intel in Phoenix, and they already have opportunities where they organize their schools to come out on a weekend, and they simply tell their employees, come out this weekend. We're going to tell you what to do with these children who come out to visit us. You come out, they run the program, and they know that on that particular Saturday they may have had 45 employees who worked with 135 children to talk about STEM careers. Now in that case, we don't need your employees to sign up individually. because you've already managed that mentoring process for your employees. You've already given them the opportunity, you've given them the content, and you know what the results of that day was. So in that case, you don't really need to have your employees sign up individually. What you can simply do is through your company report, through your company account, you can report the data for that day, the 45 employees, the 135 mentees, and do that in just a minute or two, and you don't need your employees to sign up immediately. However, many organizations are creating a mentoring program, but you've got very geographically dispersed employees, or you don't have time to set up a mentoring relationship for each of your employees. So what you're trying to do is encourage your employees to create and manage and report on their own mentoring. So this is a place where you can actually use our portal to help you quite a bit, because what you can do through this is you can set up your company account, and you'll see that when you set up your company account, you'll get your own employee sign-up link. So your employees can use this to create their own individual accounts, but their accounts will then be linked to yours. So when the employees do their own mentoring and do their own reporting, your reports at the company level will show the results of their reporting. So we're going to go through an example of that and take a look at how that's done. But again, you may do a combination of these. You may have corporate mentoring events where you've set that up for your employees, and you can report the results on those events very easily. But you may have other employees or maybe remote employees who need to run their own mentoring programs, and then they can have their individual accounts linked to your company account. Before we go on and take a look at the portal, some common questions that come up, and this is, first of all, if you're creating a company account, if you're watching this thinking, I'm going to create an account for my company, and I want my employees to sign up also. So when your employees sign up, they will sign up with individual accounts. They're just going to be linked to your company account. So you don't want, 35 or 40. You don't want multiple company accounts that look like your official company account. You want to have one official company account that's a company type account, and the other accounts for the individuals should be individual accounts just linked to your company account. And we're going to see how you can do that. We do have some situations where organizations have both mentors and mentees. This might be, for instance, a community college. Maybe your college students can mentor students in high school, but on the other hand, you want professionals to mentor your college students. Now, when you create accounts on the Million Women Mentor portal, you select whether you're a company providing mentors or you're a girl-serving organization that need mentors. If you're trying to do both, you would need two separate accounts, because when you register an account, you're either providing mentors or you're requesting mentors. If you need to do both, you will need to have two different accounts to do that. And usually that's limited to things like colleges and organizations like that. If you're not a college, if you're a company or if you're an individual, you're really going to need one type of account. But there's a question of how to have multiple accounts. So when you create an account, you're going to log in with your email address. So your email address is your password. Is your username. Now, the one place where this comes into an issue is if you're watching this presentation and you're going to set up a company account for your company, but then you as an individual might want to have your own individual account, you as the employee of that company. In that situation, you will need to have two email addresses available. So in that situation, if you're going to set up the company account, use your company email address for that. And then when you want your individual account as an individual employee, use your own personal Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail account to do that. The alternative that's a really good idea for setting up company accounts is to use a generic company email. So if you have the ability through your IT department, or you yourself can create things like mentoring@company.com or mwm@company.com, and that's an email address you can use to sign up and create your Million Women Mentors company account. And the good thing about that is if your job assignment changes and you need to pass that account on to another employee who's going to monitor and maintain the Million Women Mentors account, then that person can go ahead and sign up with a generic mentoring@company.com account to do that. Now, once we've created this account, you will see that you will be able to access reports for your organization, the number of affiliates that signed up, or number of employees that have signed up, the pledges you've made, your goals to be mentoring, the number of mentoring matches or mentoring relationships that have been created, and the number that have been completed, and the number of individuals who were mentored through that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the portal itself. So this is our portal at www.millionwomenmentors.com. And through this, you'll see on the page we have our current number of pledges to date, our current number of completed mentorings. And we'll also see that to get started, you will simply click on I'm a STEM mentor for an individual or an employee. I'm a company if you're creating a company account, or I'm a girl serving organization if you're a nonprofit or school or other organization that wants to request mentors. But up at the top, you'll notice also there's some other information. I'm going to take a look at this for a second before we get started with our actual accounts. Under the About menu, you'll find information about the Million Women Mentors movement and our leadership at STEMconnector. You'll also find some facts about women and girls in STEM. This is great if you need to make a presentation, some ready-made facts you can have for your presentation. We also do want to point out and thank all the organizations that make this possible by supporting STEMconnector and Million Women Mentors. These are the organizations that make this movement possible through their financial support. You'll notice a link on here called State Committees. And one of the things that happens with Million Women Mentors movement is we've been working very hard to create committees in our various states. And so we have about 40 different states that actually have committees with Million Women Mentors. And you can click on one of these states and you can find the person who's responsible for leading that movement in the individual states. So if you want to get in contact with our movement in your individual state, some of the states even have their own individual pages. So for instance, here in California, you can go and see the California page. And on that, they have additional information that's unique to California. You can talk about the people that are leading that particular organization. And these are all volunteers. These are non-paid volunteers who are leading these committees in the various states. You can connect to them. You can find various resources that they've got that link to their individual things in their own state, and other information about that organization and that committee in their own state. You also can contact us or see some profiles of great companies that are helping to support us. We do have a calendar. We're shortly going to have newsletters up there so you can look at our past newsletters, because we do have a great newsletter that comes out every month, sometimes several times a month. You can subscribe to that by clicking on subscribe to our newsletter in the center of this. We also have a blog, interesting articles on that. And a great page is the resources. And the resources, you can come here and do several different resources. One is the MWM state report. I talked about these committees in the different states. If you go into the state report, you'll be able to see a page outlining the activities that are occurring in each of those 40 states and the contacts on that. So if you really want to get involved and be connected with other people in the movement, I suggest downloading the state report and looking up your state in that document. There are also quick startup guides for the nonprofits, for individuals, employees, and for companies. And with this startup guide, you can actually go through the process that we're about to demonstrate here. So if you watch this demonstration, but you'd like to have a little step-by-step guide for creating these accounts, this guide is going to go through the process I'm about to go through. You can download this for yourself, keep it, pass it out to other people in your organization, or download the individual copy. If you want to give it out to your individual employees and you want to have them sign up and you want to have them a little guide for that, download the startup guide for individuals employees and pass that on as we go through this. So to create an account, let's assume that you're getting ready to create an account for your company and you are the official company representative who's going to maintain the company's account on the Million Women Mentors portal. So to do that, you'll click on Get Started under Company. When you do that, you'll get a simple form that you can fill out to create your account. So first we'll start with your company name, and this just may be ABC Company. You'll put in your name, Mary Smith. Go ahead and put in your email, msmith@abc.com. Go ahead and confirm that again. Type in your password, confirm your password. Put in the address, city, state, zip code of your company, a contact phone number for you, and your website. So this is going to be for the owner of the account. We're going to see in a minute there's a separate place where you actually put in phone numbers and emails that you want other people to contact you at. And below this, it says put in the estimated number of mentors to be provided. So this is the first place where you're making a pledge or some type of goal about the number of mentors you can provide. Now remember, again, this is not something that we're going to be testing you on. It's all right to go ahead and put a number here. You can put in 100. If you're a smaller company, put in 10. If you're a larger company, you may put in 1,000. That's all right. And also you can put in a description of the type of mentors you can provide. Say, we teach information on IT careers, or whatever you want to describe about your mentors. Because this is the description that, should you choose to make your listing public and should you offer mentors to other organizations on our website, this short description here will be the description that other people will see about the type of mentors you can provide. And you'll see that you can make your account public or private. And of course, type in the word to make sure that we're human and click on register. Now, when you do that, you'll go ahead and get into your account immediately. What I'm going to do is go ahead and log in to an account that is actually my own personal company account. This is separate from Million Women Mentors. Oops, let's try this again. Okay, so now we're looking at the company account for Company Thinking Media, which happens to be the company that my spouse Sheila and I own. And so this is our personal company account. Now, when you first create your account, what's going to happen when you first log in, it's going to bring you to your account profile page. And here's where you can complete the process of setting up your account. So what you might want to do is upload the nice little company logo. And this is going to make your listing look a lot nicer to other people if you can put your logo up there. You've already put in your name and your address and things like that. There's a couple other options on here, which is if you are actually joining a larger organization, for instance, you're a sub-account or office of a larger organization, you can put your PIN code of that larger organization here. Your PIN code is shown here. If you want to have other regional accounts created under your master account, this is the PIN code you would give to those other accounts. Go ahead and go to the next page. On the next page, you'll see the account owner. Now, this is the information that you already put in when you created the account. You will also see here that you have an option. Do you want to be contacted by organizations who are looking for mentors? This is the question that governs whether your account is public or not public. If you say yes, then your listing will appear for other organizations that are searching through the account, through the website for mentors. If you say no, then your account is private and other people won't see that. And if you want to do that when you're first getting started, that's okay. But we still, even if you want to keep your account private, we do want you to enter your data, because that's how we gather the data on the mentoring movement across the country. Then you'll see information on your mentoring contact. Now, this is the contact information that's going to be given out to others if they want to request mentors from you. So here it may start off with your own name, but you can put in a generic name like mentoring ABC for your ABC company. You can put in your generic email address if you want to put in your mwm@company.com. You can put in whatever phone number or a website, and you can specify how they contact you. So the good thing about this is you can have whatever contact you want that people will contact you for mentoring relationships. And then on the third page, you're able to specify the type of mentoring relationships you want to be involved in. Is it face-to-face? Is it online? Do you have internships available? In your mentoring subject area, do you mentor in IT careers or not IT careers, general STEM careers, mathematics? Do you have a preferred age range, middle school, high school, college, young adults? You can enter that information here. And people, if they want to, can search for you by that information. And this is where description of the type of mentors you already entered appears again. Now there is another description on here, and this is a message you can send to your employees on your sign-up page. So we're going to take a look at how that works, but this is a message that you will send that your employees will see when they sign up on this website as affiliates of your organization. So how does that work? Let's go back and look at that first page of your account profile. You'll notice here there's an employee affiliate sign-up link. Now this is the link that you would send out to your affiliates or employees to have them sign up. So how does this work? Let's take a look at the example of BP. BP is one of our partners and has their own mentoring program, but they need their affiliates to sign up individually. So how do they do that? This web page is a web page on the BP website. This is not a Million Women Mentors web page, but describes their involvement with Million Women Mentors. And this web page is designed for their own employees to use and describes the mentoring program going on at BP. But when you click on Be a Mentor, that actually leads to this page, which is a sign-up page for BP employees. Now this is on the Million Women Mentors website. We maintain this for you. It has your name, it has your logo, and it has that message that you could put in the third page of your account profile. So if you send this link out to your employees, they click on it, they will come here, and then they can create an account or sign in an existing account. And when they do this and select individual, they will create an individual account for themselves that they can manage, but it's linked to your master account. So what does that do for you? If you go back to your account and you click on, under your menu, click on reports, then you can get reports on the mentoring that have been done by your employees, and you can do various types, the list of the users, the user count by type and state, so you can actually break it down by state if you want to do that. Mentoring details is a great way to get information on how much mentoring has been done, how many hours, the total number of mentors completed, the total number of hours. And I encourage you to actually download this as a spreadsheet. Very easy way to look at it. So click on Save in XLS, download the spreadsheet, and you'll get a spreadsheet of all your affiliates and how much mentoring they've completed through this process. So when individuals, when you or your own affiliates log in from this point forward, when you first log in, you'll actually wind up under your menu at the Manage Mentoring page. So this is where you're going to land when you log in the future. Now on this page, we're going to talk about the mentoring relationships. We're going to help you enter mentoring data or help you find mentoring relationships. So on this page, when you first log in, the first thing you'll notice is you may have either suggested mentoring opportunities or preferred mentoring partners. Now, preferred mentoring partners, for you setting up a company account, this is the place where you'll have the opportunity to suggest mentoring partners to your employees. So in our case, I live in Chattanooga. We have an organization called Chattanooga MWM, and we've recommended some mentoring partners. So we've recommended the ACE Mentor Program, Girls Inc. of Chattanooga, and the Chattanooga Girls Leadership Academy. Now, if you log in and you don't have specific recommended or preferred mentoring partners, we'll provide some suggested mentoring opportunities based on your location. In other words, on your zip code. So again, we're going to have picked out things that are in Chattanooga by default, or we may also, if there's nothing local to you, we may offer some nationwide opportunities that are available anywhere. Now, if you happen to be in a different location, let's say I'm in Boston. Well, I can type in Boston, and I'll get in mentoring opportunities that are more in the Massachusetts area. So you can do that. You can actually type in a specific name you're looking for. You can type in a zip code. So you can search by zip code. You can search by state or by your city. And that will find mentoring opportunities we have in your local area. So when you see one of these, you want to find some more information, click on View Opportunity. And when you do that, you'll get some information about specific requests that organization may have and contact information for this organization. Now, this is assuming you're logged in as a mentor or a company that provides mentors. So when you search, you'll find opportunities where they need mentors. Now, on the other hand, if you've created an account as a girls serving organization, you're asking for mentors. When you log in and search, Instead, you'll see listings of organizations or individuals that are offering to mentor. So in that case, if I logged in as Girls Inc. of Chattanooga, I would see myself, Dane Boynton, or my company, Thinking Media, as having offered mentoring in Chattanooga. Or if you set up your company account and you make it public, when a local Girl Scouts logs in your area, for instance, they'll see your listing as available for offering mentors. Now, once you've done that, if you see an opportunity, you like it, you can click on Create Mentoring Relationship. When you do that, a message goes out to the Girls Inc. account, and a message goes out to you also via email telling you that the two of you want to connect and create a mentoring relationship, and it will trade the contact information. So the way this works is, remember, we're connecting you with these organizations, and then you have to go offline and actually make that mentoring happen. So our website is not going to make the mentoring happen for you. The mentee, the girl's not going to pop up on the screen. You're going to go connect, in this case, with Girls Inc. of Chattanooga, and Girls Inc. of Chattanooga will vet and establish a place and a time or some method for you to meet the mentee in a responsible way. So if you're working with a school, for instance, they may have you fill out some form to do a background check or something like that. But the background checks or the responsibility of creating a safe mentoring environment relies on the two organizations, the two individuals getting together offline and making that thing happen. So let's assume, though, that maybe you've got, so once you actually do that, once you create that mentoring relationship, it'll pop up here under your current mentoring. So for instance, I have a relationship called Girls Inc. of Chattanooga. I've already done this earlier. I can go and look at my mentoring details, again, the contact information. I can see how much I've completed. In this case, 0 completed. So if I want to register that I've done some mentoring, I would click on Add a New Mentor Log. And so I'd say, okay, maybe I spent 2 hours today with this mentee face-to-face. I can keep my own notes. These notes are just for your personal use. We talked about engineering today. And maybe I can put some notes next week. We want to talk about health careers, whatever. And when I save that mentoring log, that will now appear in my mentoring log. And you'll see now that I say 10% completed. Now, the one thing, we in the Mentoring Million Women Mentors movement are not telling you exactly what to say during these mentoring relationships. Actually, under resources, we do have some suggestions. So we have some suggestions, but we're allowing you to take whatever path you want in your mentoring. The one thing we are recommending is that you mentor, and we're hoping, and through our pledges, is that you will have a relationship of at least 20 hours with this individual, because that's the point at which you've had enough time with that individual, you're making a permanent change in that individual's life. So our judgment of when it's complete is judged in the concept of 20 hours. So if I spent 2 hours, I'm 10% to my way of completing this relationship. Now, at any time, I can actually click on Mark as completed, and it will complete that. Even if it's less than 10 hours, it'll complete it, and that's fine. But in our reports, when you actually pull that Excel sheet I showed earlier, you'll actually get different columns for mentorings that have got up to 20 hours and those that are still less than 20 hours. Now, I also mentioned that you can report any mentoring, even for things that didn't come through our website. So it doesn't have to be an opportunity you found our website. We talked about this idea of be counted. And be counted, you can report any mentoring you're doing. So let's say I'm already working with my local school. So I'm working with a local school, Washington Middle. You can put the state, wherever you happen to be located. You can put the number of mentors. Now, this is a company account, so it may be that you had 5 employees go over there, and they met with 10 mentees. Maybe the mentoring's already completed, and we spent 15 hours over the course of the last month working with each mentee. So maybe this was face-to-face. These were middle school students. It was at a school. We talked about STEM careers. We'd also like to know, now this information is optional, but if you can put in, how you met, where you met. We'd also be interested in knowing what's the poverty rate. So for schools, it's like free and reduced lunch. Maybe this was a 25% free and reduced lunch school. If you don't have that, that's all right. Leave that off. And we discussed plans for future careers, whatever you want to say here. And you can even say maybe you've organized this so it happened in the library after school. We have a lot of people who do that. If you want to put contact information, that's fine. If you don't, that's okay. And click submit. When you do that, this will actually come up on your list of current mentorings if you did not mark it as completed. If you do mark it as completed, it will come down to later on here at the bottom of this list, your list of completed mentorings. Now you'll also notice through here that if you're a company and you had your employees sign up, you'll get a list of current mentoring that's going on with your employees down here. You'll also get to see a list of your employees or affiliates that have signed up by clicking on My Affiliates up here. So you can actually see the individual employees who've signed up and what they're doing. Of course, you can always do that through the reports. You can always edit or add pledges. So if you want to pledge more mentors, you can click on pledges and then click on add a new pledge. If you want to edit your existing pledges, that's fine also. You can submit success stories to talk about, put an image and a story to talk about great things you've done with mentoring in your company. That'll appear on our website also. And of course, you can maintain your password through this. But I hope that I've shown that through this, you can find a mentoring opportunity, information about mentoring that you're doing already through your organization or you as an individual. You can get reports on mentoring if you have your affiliates or employees sign up and they've worked through this process. You can then get reports about how all of your employees collectively have done on their mentoring and use that to track your progress. And we hope that this will become a useful tool for you, and also very importantly that you will enter information about the mentoring you may already be doing or your employees or organization is doing, because when you do that, you become part of our movement. You'll get our newsletters, you can connect with our committees, but you'll contribute to these numbers you see here on the website at the home page. And then when we go and promote the idea to policymakers of getting women engaged in STEM, we'll have your voice, your information that we can go and use to promote that idea nationwide. So if you have any further questions, please contact us through the Contact Us website. We'd love to work with you. You can email us at mwm@stemconnector.org. You can send us a message through this website. We will help you if you're a large company and want to put together a mentoring program in your company. You need some advice on how to do that. That's where we're here to help you. So we appreciate your interest in this, in the Million Women Mentors movement. We appreciate your willingness to help women and girls succeed in STEM careers and create a meaningful life for themselves. Thank you very much and have a good day.